Right. Jump in, Jasper. We just got to walk a dog quickly before we go to something called Pistons and Propellers, which sounds very petrol powered. When Jasper's finished with this drifting video.
Hello, this is my friend Freddie and Charlie in the seat right there. And we're going to a car show and an aeroplane show together. Daddy, I want to go in there.
You want to go in there?
Yeah.
And hold on tightly to the bar in front of you.
So today we're at Pistons and Props at Sowell Aerodrome, which is awesome. I haven't seen any actual props yet, and I've seen lots of pistons. And you're a bit excited, aren't you, Jazzy?
Because I've seen tons of all that stuff.
And the Morgans always remind me of my dad. Make the noise, Jazzy.
On the bike, there he goes, that front wheel well behind the back.
Yeah, so rather ironically, there's an awful lot of petrol being consumed here, which on the way here I saw queues for the petrol station. So this is one of those rare times when us electric vehicle owners get to look particularly smug because there's some sort of fuel distribution problem out there. Whereas electricity, that, I mean, you can have distribution problems with that too, but they tend to be very sort of localised, not sort of national. And people say silly things like, what happens when there's a power cut? Well, firstly, you're unlikely to get a power cut for like days and days or a week or something. And also, because power generation has to be matched to power consumption, and people tend to use a lot less power in the middle of the night than they do earlier in the day, even if there was some sort of a shortage of electricity, there'd be plenty available in the middle of the night, and I don't care when I charge my car, just as long as it gets charged. So there you go. EVs for the win when there's a fuel shortage. And after all of this petrol consumption, there's bound to be a fuel shortage in the area. Yes, which has led to a shortage at the petrol station. So my mum was just pointing out it's actually the HGV drivers that we're short of and not the actual fuel, and that's true. But what good is fuel when it's stuck in the depot in Wales? At this point, I just want to say a few words quickly about the causes of this shortage. Now, I don't really want to get into politics on this channel. However, that said, it seems clear to me that this HGV driver shortage is fundamentally driven by the fact that the UK has left the EU and the transition period has ended now. So a significant proportion of our HGV drivers just went and left and haven't come back. Now, obviously there are other things as well, especially around the sort of conditions, the pay. I mean, it doesn't sound like a great job, especially in the UK where, to be honest, the motorway service stations don't seem to be that great for HGV drivers. They seem quite expensive and often the facilities aren't fantastic, but that's just what I've heard. However, it does seem like this is probably going to be an ongoing problem. I mean, we've been having shortages due to a lack of drivers for quite a while now, and I don't see that it's getting better anytime soon, unfortunately. And I don't think it's anything to do with panic buying anymore. I mean, we're a week into this fuel crisis now, and the only way that it could still be panic buying is if a significant number of people were storing fuel at home in cans and bottles, and I just don't think that's the case. Some will be, but they'll be the minority, definitely. Which means that if fuel stocks at the actual petrol stations is not rising, then we must be using it at the same rate as it's being delivered. So until that changes, it's going to be a bit patchy for a while, I guess. My word, that's a big hot dog, Jasper. A lot of people think that just because I'm into like electric vehicles, you know, or that people that are into electric vehicles are not into, you know, petrol engine cars and stuff like that, and motorbikes and stuff. But it's not true. It's not how it works. This is exactly where petrol cars belong. Somewhere where they can be enjoyed, you know, for the fun of it. But you want to go do your shopping, that's when you want to use an electric vehicle, in my opinion. That's pretty cool. Check this out. I'm very disturbed by the lack of propellers at this event. I'm determined to find something that flies.
Look at the car, look.
And the award for the lowest car here goes to this one.
And also the award for the coolest car.
The coolest car?
Yeah, look, Dad, there's literally nitro in there.
Oh, brilliant.
How would anyone let this car drive on the road?
I don't know, it wouldn't go over a speed bump, would it? Blending right in. Finally, some aeroplanes, although they're a very, very long way off. There we go, I'm happy now. Seen some planes. Yeah, planes are going to be a little while before they're all electric. But you know what, like little stunt acrobatic planes, again, you know, the amount of fuel they use is tiny. Well, that was extremely good fun. Not really a proper blog post today, particularly. Just wanted to comment on it. Just basically, I wanted to be all smug about the fact that, you know, EVs don't have to worry about queues for petrol stations. But, you know, that only comes up like literally once every 3 years. So I wouldn't really count that as a reason to go buy an EV. Although I do think that EVs are, generally speaking, easier and you're more likely to be able to fuel them than you would with, say, a petrol or diesel, because, you know, you can fuel it from any electricity source, and basically everywhere has got an electricity source. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, remember to leave a like and share it and subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you don't already, and I will see you in the next episode of my vlog. Bye!